So this next piece of news is a tweet from Steven Totilo. Who does he work for?
Kotaku.
Kotaku. And it's basically, the whole thread is basically some stats on PlayStation. And this particular tweet that stood out to me says that way more girls and women own their recent consoles than was the case with the PlayStation 1. So in the actual graphic, it says the female proportion among console ownership. PS1, it was 18%. And with the PS4 straight PS5, it jumped to 41%. So nearly half. So yeah, I think it's like common knowledge that women compose like roughly half of like gamers. But yeah, like I don't know what everyone
I
thought.
think it's because we were playing the PS1, but now we can afford to buy our own PS4s. And that's just it. That's why the stats are skewed like that.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
I think for me personally, it's like growing up, like my cousins, they would for birthdays and Christmas, they would get consoles, but like I wouldn't, even though I played as well, because it's just like the assumption that, well, you don't need to own one yourself. Like it's not a girl's like toy or whatever. If you really want to, you can just play on your cousins. But I think as gaming has gotten more mainstream, and I guess as like gaming is like a space, like a fandom space, is more welcoming to women. Like it's not a big deal for women to play games. It's just like whatever. I think earlier it would have been more of a thing, like the whole girl gamer thing. But now it's just like everyone
just
plays
a gamer.
games.
Yeah.
So obviously that would increase ownership. But yeah, thoughts as a man, Chris?
So what the stat says, it's gone from the female proportion among console ownership going from 18% to 41%. So 41% of females own a video game console. I feel like it's less to do with gamers and more to do with the fact that consoles they're more of a utility device than they were before. So now it's not just a case of the PS4 being used for gaming. You can use it to watch YouTube videos, speak to friends, watch movies, listen to music. And because of that, there's more of there's a easier justification for people to buy these consoles. Generally, I think the stats amongst females and males are both going to increase. But in terms of gamers, I'm not sure. I feel like the amount of female gamers there were in the past is probably very understated. I reckon even in the 90s and early 2000s, there were a lot of female gamers. It's just the type of gamers they were playing weren't really looked at in terms of statistics.
That is true.
So I even remember when it first became like a talking point, people were saying that, oh yeah, women make up half of gaming, and everyone was like, oh, but look at the fine print, they're all playing Candy Crush. It's like a game is a game, like so that's probably what happened in the past as well. When they were looking at games, they'd be thinking, well, we're talking about big studio AAA games. So that excludes like a whole bunch of people, mostly women, but also like a bunch of other people, I'm sure, from the statistics. But yeah.
And I think society as well has been a lot more accepting of girls playing games generally, where in the past it seemed to be very well. I remember when I was growing up, guys played games and girls played with dolls.
That's true.
But now everyone can do whatever they like, so
that's true. Yeah, I think people who play games casually as well being included in the statistics as well will spike it up.
Yeah, you better include us.
Like, because back in the day I was like girl gamer, I guess, but even like all my female friends as well, they would play games, but it's just like, I guess not to the extent that someone would consider a gamer, but everyone around me played, like even my parents played. It was, so to me, gamer and like everyone else, it wasn't really like
the definition of gamer expanded, so
exactly.
now more people are included.
Do you think there should be a distinction between people who play games like mobile casual games and people who play AAA titles?
I personally don't, because even if we're thinking about like the most like in the most mainstream sense of the word, like games, I think of like Genshin Impact, like this, I think the majority of the player base are people playing on their iPads and on their phone. So I think to make that distinction is kind of like problematic's not the word I want to use, but it's kind of like it's almost like a barrier, I guess, because like even now Mario Kart came out on iOS and Android, didn't it, and all this other stuff.
I was banging that out.
Yeah,
it was so good.
I think without the distinction, it opens up more games, even for people who are like console gamers as well. Like it's just like you can have it on multiple platforms. I think having the distinction there is just, it doesn't serve anyone, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you got your Candy Crushes and the other like mobile games and Angry Birds, and yeah, but that's cool as well.
Yeah, I think it is important to know games on mobile devices have evolved quite astronomically. So a mobile game back in, you know, the 90s, you know, your Snake, your what's the other one with the spaceship?
Alien one.
The spaceship. Oh yeah.
Wasn't it
Space Impact?
Space
I think
Impact.
that's it. There we go. It was Space Impact. Because I remember, I forgot which model of the phone it was. They gave her a bit more backstory. The protagonist was called Geneva and stuff, and it just reminded me so much of Metroid. The way they were kind of like trying the direction they wanted to take it into. But yeah, Nokia games.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So like going from those games to, you know, having games that are akin to like Dark Souls on iOS is a major difference, and I feel like people do struggle to call, you know, like Bantumi. That used to be around.
Oops.
Do you remember that? It's the
Is that
same
person?
No, it's a game. It was on.
Oh, what was the game called?
It was basically like what's that that Nigerian game?
What?
The only Nigerian game I know is the one, the playing cards.
No, it's the one with the holes.
You're gonna have to elaborate.
Yeah, Bantumi.
How do you spell this?
I'm so intrigued.
Oh, Bantumi game. This one says Carla.
Yeah, I think it's
Ain't that a slur? Hang on.
Don't kill me.
Oh, okay. I don't remember this game.
Yeah, it was on some of the slightly later Nokia, not like 3330.
3310. Is that a later Nokia?
Yeah, 3310 onwards, yeah.
You're dating yourself.
What?
On those games. But you see, that's
oh, look at that. No, I definitely would remember. Well, I should remember this game, but I don't, because it says here, in terms of gaming, the new Nokia 3310 is preloaded with 4 games: Snake 2, Pairs 2, Space Impact, and Bantumi.
Yeah, Bantumi.
Yeah, why don't I remember it?
Because I didn't know how to play it.
Yeah, I think I just avoided it. I just
like that one where you click random, the one on your PC where you click random buttons and it would just explode. What was that called again?
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Trash. I didn't know how to play that. Until recently, someone uploaded a TikTok of how to play it, and it was easier than it looked. It was like a maths game.